Marvel is back. 3-minute film review for Fantastic Four First Steps. Let's go.
I got you for 3 minutes!
Spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't yet seen the film. Now straight away into the good of the film. I really liked how this felt like a very classic superhero film, something from my childhood. I was a big fan of how they showed us the Fantastic Four's origins, how they became the characters they are. But I'm glad this wasn't the focus of the movie, and I'm glad it was just a scene earlier on to just establish the characters. I felt the way they did it was very refreshing and worked really well for the MCU as well. I really liked how the city had already accepted the Fantastic Four as their Avengers essentially.
We're the Avengers.
The characters' relationships are something else I absolutely adored about this film. Reed Richards and Sue Storm were brilliant in this film, and I really bought into their relationship. This was reinforced by the news that they were having a child. I thought that aspect was really clever, as well as that relationship such as the Human Torch and the Thing were really well done on screen. There's obviously a lot of banter between those two characters.
Now it's time for some witty back and forth banter!
But then there's also a lot of love in their friendship, as well as that the relationship they all had with Herbie, the robot character. It really added a lot of heart to the film. The relationship between the city and the Fantastic Four is really well done. I particularly love the scene where Sue Storm approaches the city and talks about how she won't give up her child, but she also won't give up on them, and she wins them over, and it's such a beautiful moment in the film.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
I really enjoyed the relationship between the Silver Surfer and the Human Torch. I thought that the sacrifice that we built up to from the Silver Surfer was really well earned, and it paid off brilliantly. I also absolutely loved the chase scene, and Galactus was absolutely incredible. That whole bit when the Fantastic Four go to space and find Galactus, he just came across as such a threat as he sat on his throne just barely fazed by these 4 superheroes. And when he came down to Earth for that final action scene, it was just awesome. I really liked the bit where he looked at the Statue of Liberty. I don't know why, but I just found it really cool. And even in the way he was defeated, he still looked very strong, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get more Galactus at some point soon, so fingers crossed for that. For the first time in a long time in the MCU, I can finally say that the humour was well done. Loads and loads of previous MCU projects, the humour does not land for me, it's very cheesy. I'm very happy to say in Fantastic Four that this is not the case. I genuinely found the movie very funny, but it wasn't trying to make me laugh all the time, and that's why it was funny in the moments it needed to be funny.
What's so funny?
I think the 60s setting on a separate Earth from everything else MCU was a really clever idea. It gave them the freedom to do the Fantastic Four their way. I think the score is absolutely amazing as well. I've had that stuck in my head, just belting Fantastic Four. It's very catchy. Now onto the bad things about the film. I think the film could have been 10-15 minutes longer, and I think those 10 and 15 minutes would have also been just as enjoyable as the rest. Another bad thing about the film in my opinion was the whole mole man thing. But yeah, I didn't really feel like it added much to the film. It was just kind of comic relief. And then it gave the people of the city somewhere to go during the whole Galactus fight. But they could have easily just left the city. They didn't have to go specifically underground, so I felt like it was just a bit forced. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. I'm very happy to say that I think the MCU is kind of on an upward trajectory right now. After some tough times with the MCU over the last few years, it does feel as though Marvel is getting back on track. Overall, I'm going to score this movie 8 out of 10.
Fantastic!
Be sure to let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Do you agree with my thoughts or do you think differently? Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to give me a like and consider subscribing for more 3-minute film reviews in the future. See you later.